before you put the manifold on. You got to, because you can't get behind. Ah! Right then, welcome back. Something a bit different in this one. We are changing the inlet manifold on the race car. We were given the opportunity by collaboration with TPE Precision and Bad Boy Tuning to try out the TPE Manifold, inlet manifold. So thank you very much to Bad Boy Tuning and TPE for letting us try this out. These are available now to buy. If you go to Bad Boy Tuning, they're on their website, I think. So yeah, speak to Bad Boy Tuning, they'll be able to help you out if you do want to pick up one of these. Now apparently, we'll find out in the next couple of days, but apparently these give around 20 horsepower extra across like the mid-range RPMs, and then 12 horsepower peak, which from a manifold, literally just by changing the manifold, getting that amount of power, mid-range and peak, seems like quite a lot. So if it does give us especially, if it does give us gains like that, then we'll be actually decently powered this year. Because we were about 10 to 15 horsepower down last year. So don't want to touch it too much, try not to get it dirty, it looks so nice. The first thing you notice with this, because these are 3D printed, I don't quite know what material it is, but I know they're 3D printed with some kind of special material and some kind of big industrial machine. But yeah, the first thing you notice is the weight. Like the original manifold is aluminium, so they should be quite light, and they are light enough for an inlet manifold, but this is just ridiculous. So not only is it a weight saving, but obviously a power advantage as well. So as you'll see, I've already taken the old inlet manifold off. I didn't want to bore you with taking it off, mainly because it fought me a little bit, being that we live in the UK and up in Scotland and near the coast, like stuff rusts. So the inlet manifolds kind of put up a wee bit of a fight. This is how much of a fight it put up. And that is a meaty screwdriver. Snapped. Anyway. So yeah, I'll set you guys up. We'll install this manifold. What you get with it is quite a lot. So you get these, like you get all brand new seals and everything, because the originals are just sealed by metal gaskets around where the little snouty thing is. Horn, is that what they're called? Something like that. So these are all sealed by metal gaskets as standard, whereas on these ones they give you 2 seconds. It'd be better if I show you. So you get all new bolts, and yeah, here we go. So here's the gaskets in here. So I believe they're Viton, I don't know. Rubber gaskets anyway, so they sit obviously in here. George from TPE is also sent us a wee bit of lube to put all these in, but yeah, they sit quite nicely in there. And then this one sits in here. Something like that. But yeah, there's a wee bit of greasy, lubey stuff to put the rest of these in. But yeah, it's a really nicely made thing. TPE, it's the same guys that make the charge pipe. So the 3D printed charge pipe that literally I think most R53 owners have. Certainly all the R53 race cars have them. Can you see it here? No, you can't. But the charge pipe obviously runs from the throttle body to the start of the supercharger. TPE are the guys that make them as well. So yeah, we've got that, and like I say, you get, it's all It's all nicely labelled. So intercooler brackets. We actually need those ones because we've got the AirTech intercooler. Intercooler horn, so that's the one that goes in this side. So there's the nuts and bolts for that. Map sensor, which obviously goes there. Fuel rail. How am I going to do the fuel rail? Oh, because it. Fuel rail might be a little difficult. Yeah, anyway, I'll somehow set up the camera so you can see me working, and I'll try and go through it.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
Right, I've got all the fuel rail O-rings in, the injector O-rings. So I'll stick that in there. So I've greased up all the O-rings, so hopefully they go in. Okay, I might go for a little bit more, maybe a bit more liberal with them. I've no idea what this grease is that George gave us, but it's grease. Being careful not to get any on the actual injector nozzles themselves. Hopefully putting this on first off the car doesn't hamper me for getting actual inlet manifold bolts in themselves, but I can't see any other way of doing this, to be honest. Vacuum pipe. For the fuel pressure regulator. If you've got an R53 and it's ever feeling a bit sluggish, check this pipe, because they've got a habit of coming off at this end. But obviously this one's brand new, so we know it's on. And I'll put on the map sensor. Greasy grease. Oh, that's tight in there, is it? It does go in there. It does go in. What I'll do is I'll put a wee bit of grease on the back of these, literally just to hold them in. Passes up to that one, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say it passes up to this one. until that is tight up against that. It's really tight up against that. Right, I think you need to forget everything I said about putting the injectors on first. What's it not liking now? Oh my god. Yeah, forget everything I said about putting the fuel rail on first. You don't do that. You put the bare manifold on. Obviously you can put the map sensor on. And then, yeah, tighten up the bolts. And then we'll put the injector rail on. Right, let's try this again with the inlet, with the, not the manifold, the manifold's on, with the fuel rail. As I struggle to feed that pipe I was talking about. I like to make life difficult for myself. I really do. I really do. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Inlet manifold's coming off again. I love working on cars sometimes, I tell you. Right. Yeah, so forget what I said about putting the injector rail on first. You don't do that. You put the manifold on first, but make sure that this pipe is on first, because it doesn't fit under the manifold between the supercharger. Right, let's try this again with the fuel rail. No. Yep. You're going to fit the horn. Before you put the manifold on. You got to, because you can't get Cars really know how to wind me up sometimes. Or I've just got no patience, one of the two. So yeah, manifold on for the 875th time. So the trick is the tube that comes, like the vacuum tube that comes from the back of the manifold here to the fuel pressure regulator, that needs to go on first. And also this horn needs to go on before you put the manifold on. So yeah, once you get that in, obviously you've got the 5 bolts that hold the manifold in place. You put the fuel rail on, connect everything up how it should be, and then that's it. Unfortunately, because of my grubby hands and having to do this heaps of times, the manifold's gotten a bit dirty, but once the intercooler's back on, you're going to see it anyway. I think I'm going to need to cut this off, which I don't particularly want to do, but I'm going to have to do. I hope it's a blind hole. I think it's a blind hole. If my phone will work. Torch. Yeah, it's a blind hole, isn't it? Is that a blind hole? I think it's a blind hole. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut that off. And so I can fit the intercooler, because the intercooler just sits on this one here and this one here that's on this horn. And then we'll be done. A few other things that I've done, I've topped up the coolant, because obviously we fitted the new coolant bottle a while ago. So I've topped that up. I'm going to leave that overnight just to see if there's any leaks. And then tomorrow I need to put the wheels, well, the other wheels on. These wheels that are sitting here underneath my hoodie and my makeshift workbench. Need to put them on. And then the car is going, well, I'm taking the car somewhere. But you will see that. When will you see that? Maybe, yeah, I'll do the next episode. I don't know. Yeah. Apologies if this is just me shouting and swearing at a car, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So yeah, thanks again to TPE and Bad Boy Tuning. Hopefully this is the answer to our power woes. Oh, I've forgotten to refit this pipe. Don't forget to do that, Stephen. Yeah, hopefully that's the answer to our power woes, and possibly in the next episode you will see where this is going and yeah, the results of this, hopefully. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.